Veteran actor Lance Reddick tragically passed away in March of this year. To his fans, he will always be remembered as an incredible actor that left his mark in films, TV shows, and video games. To his wife of over 2 decades, Stephanie, and his kids, he was the humble, kind, and down-to-earth man who loved his family and adored his dogs.
Lance is a very beautiful person, a special artist.
Lance Reddick first met Stephanie back in 1999. At the time, the actor was performing at the Guthrie Theater in Minneapolis, and Stephanie was working there. There isn't much information about the start of their romance, but we know that after 10 years together, the pair got engaged. They tied the knot in 2011 and celebrated their union at the place they first met, Bar Lucat in Minneapolis, surrounded by their closest family and friends. The couple wanted to keep their wedding simple and weren't bothered about making a big deal out of it. In fact, Stephanie explained that she only had 2 priorities for their special day. One was that everyone had to have fun, and the other was that Lance couldn't see my dress before I walked down the aisle. That was it. She also revealed that her wedding dress cost just $250, adding, "Lance picked it up at the post office and it fit perfectly." My favorite moment of the wedding day was when my mom saw me in my dress and she started crying. Lance's marriage to Stephanie wasn't his first. In 1986, the actor married jewelry designer Suzanne Yvonne Louise. The details surrounding his first marriage are few and far between because the pair kept their marriage fairly private. However, we know that the couple welcomed 2 children together, a daughter, Yvonne Nicole, and a son, Christopher Reddick. Lance and his first wife eventually parted ways, although the year their divorce was finalized is unclear. In 2010, the actor's mother, Dorothy Reddick, passed away, and the following year, Suzanne died from a heart attack. The loss of both his mother and his first wife made a huge impact on Lance. It made him realize more how precious life is and how suddenly it can be taken away.
The thing that's kept me going is just not wanting to give up and not giving up on who I am. But it's been tough.
During a 2012 interview, the actor opened up about how losing his loved ones changed the way he looked at his life. He explained how the entertainment business is about either getting the next job or who's the bigger star or how much money you're making. He admitted it was easy to get caught up in that, adding, "Sometimes you forget that we're mortal."
And so my whole thing was working harder to be better.
Lance went on to say that his losses made him realize that he always has to remind himself why he chose to become an actor and not let himself get distracted by the materialism that comes along with Hollywood. He said, "I felt it more with my ex-wife because suddenly I was my kid's only parent. I have great kids, and it's because they had a great mom." While the actor garnered an immense amount of success in his career, he preferred to keep his private life out of the public eye. The couple didn't have any children of their own, but following their marriage, Stephanie happily took on the role of a stepmother to his 2 children. She also went on to pursue a career as a radiologist, and since she wasn't involved in the film industry, Lance did his best to protect her and their family from the media. Reddick's career started to take off in the early 90s after he was cast in shows like The Nanny and New York Undercover. He then went on to feature in films like The Croner and Oz before landing his most recognized role in The Wire in 2002.
Year or 2, you'll be back in their favor, right?
Year or 2 and I'll be a lawyer.
Over the next few years, the actor also had small appearances in Law & Order, CSI Miami, Lost, It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and numerous other TV shows. Throughout his career, he was always working and, according to his IMDb page, racked up a whopping 113 credits as an actor. Lance didn't only use his skills in front of a camera. He also utilized his talent as a voice actor to bring life to numerous characters in shows such as DuckTales, Castlevania, and Rick and Morty. Most notably, Reddick was featured in 2 incredibly popular PlayStation games. He voiced the villain Silence in Horizon Zero Dawn, along with its sequel, Horizon Forbidden West. He was also the voice behind Commander Zavala in the long-running Destiny franchise.
I had a great time. They're great to work with. So just on a professional level, they're phenomenal. They're incredibly talented, and they're extremely professional.
The actor was an avid gamer himself and enjoyed spending some of his free time playing Destiny. Speaking to his wide variety in performances and characters, Reddick said, "Range is always what I'm striving for. I never want anybody to say, 'Oh, this is who he is.' Although the characters I play, even in all their diversity, tend to be fairly intense, but they're all very different guys." Lance's career of over 3 decades practically speaks for itself. He was a hard-working, dedicated, and gifted actor, and he was always grateful that he was able to do what he loved. Despite his immense success, Reddick preferred to live a humble and quiet life at home with his wife, kids, and their dogs. Lance was a very proud dog dad to Miss Marigold, Ron, Tilly, and Rita, and often shared pictures of his four-legged rescues on his social media. The last post he made just 2 days before he passed away was a photo of himself on the couch, playing games and surrounded by his dogs and smiling happily. He captioned, "On screen and off, it's no surprise I love spoiling my dogs." On Friday morning, March 17, 2023, it was confirmed that Lance had died in his California home. The sudden news came as a huge shock to his family and all of his fans, who were left utterly heartbroken by the loss.
We lost our brother. We lost our brother.
It was later confirmed that he passed away from natural causes. In an Instagram tribute, his wife Stephanie made a post about her late husband and encouraged his fans to donate to a charity based in his hometown of Baltimore, Maryland. She wrote, "Lance was taken from us far too soon. Thank you for all your overwhelming love, support, and beautiful stories shared on these platforms over the last day. I see your messages and can't begin to express how grateful I am to have them." Many of his fans were lost for words, but Destiny players found a way to pay tribute to the veteran actor online. Fellow gamers gathered together where the character he voiced for the past decade, Commander Zavala, is still standing. The players kneeled around his character as a way to pay their respects to their fallen commander. Many members of the gaming community shared their tributes and vigils to Reddick online. Stephanie went on to specifically acknowledge fans of the Destiny video games, writing, "And to the thousands of Destiny players who played in a special tribute to Lance, thank you. Lance loved you as much as he loved the game." His death came just weeks before the worldwide release of John Wick 4, which Lance had been busy doing a press tour for. When the news broke, Keanu Reeves and director Chad Stahelski announced that the film would be dedicated to Reddick.
It's always hard when you lose someone that you love dearly for, but you're also incredibly grateful for the time you had together.
We are deeply saddened and heartbroken at the loss of our beloved friend and colleague Lance Reddick. He was the consummate professional and a joy to work with. Our love and prayers are with his wife Stephanie, his children, family, and friends. We dedicate the film to his loving memory. We will miss him dearly. At the Los Angeles premiere of the movie, the cast and crew gave tribute to him with blue ribbons. Keanu spoke about his work with Reddick very fondly on the red carpet, saying, "We worked together on 4 films over 10 years. He was a remarkable artist and a special person with grace and dignity."
Really grateful I had the chance to know him and work with him over almost 10 years.
Reeves expressed that Reddick always had enthusiasm and passion when they were on set together. He added, "The way that he and I got to work and kind of speak the unspoken, that connection, it's just really cool." Chad Stahelski, the director of the John Wick films, also shared his grief around Lance's passing. He said, "I had Lance in my life almost 10 years. I just got to be happy and be proud of the fact that I got to spend so much time with him. We're going to miss him." At the Toronto premiere of the film, Chad spoke to the crowd that gathered for the red carpet.
Great man, great artist, dear friend. He's been one of the most beloved members of our John Wick family since we started.
During one of his last interviews with E! News, Lance admitted that he was surprised at the continuous growth of the John Wick franchise. He said, "I couldn't believe that it was bigger than the last one. I don't know how you can have more action and better action, but we do." He continued, "I think some fans will be like, wow, I want to do that again. Other fans will be like, okay, I need a martini, that was a lot." The Wire creator David Simon said in a statement that Reddick was a lovely soul and a friend, adding that his loss was way too soon for any of us who knew and loved him to contemplate. Fellow The Wire co-star Wendell Pierce tweeted in honor of his friend, "A man of great strength and grace, as talented a musician as he was an actor, the epitome of class, a sudden, unexpected, sharp, painful grief for our artistic family, an unimaginable suffering for his personal family and loved ones. Godspeed, my friend. You made your mark here. R.I.P." Lance will be appearing in several highly anticipated projects like the Percy Jackson and the Olympian series, where he was cast as the Greek god Zeus. His other upcoming roles include the White Man Can't Jump remake, set to release in May, Saint Sebastian, directed by Danny DeVito, the Shirley Chisholm biopic, Shirley, and the Ballerina spin-off, just to name a few. There were countless tributes and messages that were shared by many of Lance's friends, co-stars, and fans. Some of them described the actor as vibrant, kind, and talented, and others expressed their grief over losing such a force of nature and struggled to believe he could ever really be gone. The death of Lance Reddick is unbelievably heartbreaking, and the impact of his loss will be felt by his family and fans from all around the world. While losing the veteran actor is painful for all those who loved him, it's comforting to know that they will always be able to go back and watch Lance's countless performances and watch his memory live on through the legacy he left behind in films, TV shows, and video games. We at Rumour Juice would like to express our sincere condolences to Lance's friends, family, and fans. We wish them all peace, comfort, courage, and love during this difficult time. Be well and be kind.